in response to a request for proposals from the National Pork Board, really to address the issue that 30 to 35% of the pigs that are brought in to this world do not make it to market. That's an inefficient system. It's a loss that's well recognized to be unacceptable by those in the industry, and it's an issue that we've worked around creating a platform to help drive that down and create the science around driving that down, but also to create an extension platform that will also help us deliver that information. So this is the team that started out as a diversified, interdisciplinary team that we developed through University of Purdue, Kansas State University, and Iowa State University. And then we also have many, many stakeholders and industry representatives that are involved in the collaborations as well. Part of that's developed through our advisory board. So these individuals up here, you can see are representatives of the National Pork Board that were on the Animal Science Committee that awarded the project, also representatives of producers throughout the country that are bought in, that are working diligently to make progress in this area. So really our overarching objective in this 5-year project was to identify the causative factors that are contributing to swine mortality in commercial production, and then also to develop and disseminate strategies and information that can be utilized to maximize pig livability. So when you break that project down, there's really 4 pieces. The first piece, the first specific objective was around understanding how decisions are made and the economics that are in play when considering mortality and livability on both a sow farm and also in a wean to finish enterprise. The second specific objective was to identify those causes of mortality that are specific to U.S. sow farms. So within specific objective 2, we had a lot of investigators that were really focused on sow health and how to treat sows, and Dr. Rademacher will talk about some of the projects that he's done, as well as better understanding pelvic organ prolapse and and how it manifests as well. The third specific objective was really focused on the wean to finish mortality and understanding that better. Mike Tokash and Chris Rademacher and Daniel Linares, Nick Gabler, others have really developed a platform around understanding, first of all, and Jordan Gephardt, of understanding how, what the primary causes of wean to finish mortality are, and they'll be presenting a lot of work on that tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow morning in the session. And then the fourth specific objective was really to create a nationally effective extension and outreach effort to provide resources and partnerships to producers and stakeholders of this project to help bring actionable items into play. Another major component of this grant is focused around training the next generations of thought leaders and thinkers as it relates to pork production, particularly around livability. And I don't think this is everybody, but this is the ones that would fit on this slide. But these are a lot of graduate students that have been trained at the different universities that are contributing, working not only on helping design experiments, but execute those experiments, partnering with our stakeholders and engaging themselves and immersing themselves in commercial production. So these are really, in addition to the results of the studies, this is really a major fruit of this project. In addition to graduate students, we have an internship every year where students are focused on supporting these activities either at Iowa State, K-State, or Purdue, and this is a snapshot of some of our undergraduates that have been involved with specifically through the internship opportunities. And then we also employ a lot of undergraduate students that get into commercial farms as a result of this project. And I think our last count was 44, but this slide was made a few months ago, and we're adding them all the time. So there's been probably well over 50 students that have helped contribute to the research that are undergraduate students. So some of the tools and pieces that have come out of this, how are we developing this information? One of the significant investments we made was in developing the PigX podcast, and that's a monthly podcast that's almost entirely focused on pig livability, strategies around pig livability, disease mitigation, updates from this project, and just everything that we're doing related to this project eventually makes it into a podcast episode that's anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes long. Other things that we do, we've developed fact sheets. Graduate students and undergrads work with the faculty partners that they're working with, and develop fact sheets that they can deliver. They're posted on our website, piglivability.org. We also make a lot of short videos. So here you can see is a video that's posted on our YouTube channel for this project, and that's Edison talking about drivers of wean to finish mortality. So if you go to that YouTube channel that you can get to through our piglivability.org website, there's many, many short videos that you can look and distribute as you see fit. The other thing that we hosted was last October in Omaha. We had a national or international conference on pig livability that had almost right around 450 to 500 attendees from all over the United States and other countries as well. And we recorded all of those presentations and discussions out of that conference as well, and you can get those and find those on the website. So we really want this resource, piglivability.org, to be a location where information can be sourced. If there's something that's critical that should be on there, we've had students vetting and working and developing those fact sheets and posting those. So, and if you get on that website, you can kind of see, there's areas, pre-wean survivability, feeding the sow, wean to finish survivability. There's fact sheets summarizing published data on timing and dosage of iron injections to maximize wean to finish performance. So a lot of different resources, and that's a continuous work in progress. So that's kind of the resources where they lay now. And really so for today's session, there's 4 of us that are going to speak on different topics. Myself, I'll give an update on some of what we're doing with the pelvic organ prolapse. Dr. Noel Williams is going to talk about some of the strategies they've employed at Iowa Select Farms. Dr. Chris Rademacher will talk about some projects specifically around identifying and treating sick sows or lame sows to drive down and reduce mortality in a commercial system. And then Dr. Lee Schultz is going to share his economic analysis and calculator to really demonstrate how you can calculate and if you make an investment that you expect to reduce sow mortality by a certain percentage that Dr. Rademacher will show you can do, then you can actually use Dr. Schultz's tool and put the numbers to that and determine what kind of an investment is it going to make to realize these results and what are those results worth in my system. So with respect to pelvic